happy holidays, and welcome to the Funk Train and also the Toledo sewer system. As we're here, John from the Atari Network, who's been killing it on his channel, and myself, Funkmaster V. We are here wishing everybody Merry Christmas, Happy Chaka Khan, and the Kwanzaa one too, and all the other holidays. Welcome, and we're going to celebrate not the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Cristo, but a Chilean video game programmer who loves Atari with both hands.
Absolutely. What was that? Chileo.
He's a Chilean
Jesus?
video game.
Oh,
yeah.
I combined the two, so we're not talking about
the Lord. We don't alienate anybody.
Jesus is not Chilean for anybody. Anyway, how you doing, Betty?
It is. They speak Spanish down there.
Yeah.
So before we jump in, we're going to let all these knuckleheads roll in because we didn't do a good job this time promoting this podcast. Let me take these off. This looks great.
Well, we switched initially, so there might be some people still waiting on the old link, and they'll figure it out. I tried to share the new one.
Oh, yeah. We're having a nightmare with StreamYard. I've been apparently paying $44 a month for StreamYard, and we haven't used it in 3 months. Yeah, and then it's not on my account. It may be on your account. It may be somebody else's account. So I had to get a free trial tonight, thank God, so we could share videos and you could share it to your YouTube channel.
Get rid of the duck.
Yeah, you got rid of the duck.
Yep.
We had a girl with a big butt, a pirate with her booty on there for a little while until we got something good looking on there. Well, that was pretty good looking, but you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So the Atari news. You want to jump into that, or just you want to talk about it? I just got in from New York. Got an
New
Atari.
York. Oh yeah, you took a vacation, huh? Did you get that at New York?
I did not. I got it for my birthday, which was a couple of days ago. So.
Oh, happy birthday!
Well, thank you.
You didn't tell anybody.
I'm a Sagittarian. So as a Sagittarius, went up to New York. And I was talking to my daughter about this. It's a funny thing about stories. We had a great vacation, but great vacations don't make any good stories. And what's crazy is what makes a good story is if there's conflict. If we saw a hooker get beat on the street, if a taxi driver took out his penis, these types of things would make a great story. Everything went off without a hitch, except my daughter got sick on the last day with a really awful flu. But nobody wants to hear about, we saw this show and we went and ate this food, and people are like, whatever, man. We had a great time. It was cold, polar vortex hit. And when when you live in Tennessee for so long that I have now, it's 14 degrees with the wind zipping through the skyscrapers. We almost did get crushed. There was at the Rockefeller Center when they put up the big tree at the ice rink and all that. It's kind of an iconic thing. And they have Saks Fifth Avenue. They had a laser light show kind of thing going on. We almost did get into a crowd crushing situation. It was
really.
Yeah, my wife has anxiety. That wasn't good. She was starting to freak out, and I was about to start throwing hands, but we finally squeezed through and found some respite
There's
into
some conflict.
A little bit. Yeah, see, we're talking about it. You don't care that Wicked was a great show, but it was great music.
So now
I was
listening
listening
to
to
us, your slides from your vacation.
Right. Here, look at my baby. No, I won't do that to any. If you care about that at all, there's some on Facebook, but nobody cares about that except lonely old women that wish they had a husband as cool as me. What are you doing that was kind of what we're doing for Christmas. What are you guys doing?
You could have went, I guess, if your wife don't like crowds, but I guess New Year's would have been pretty neat to see.
No way. I think that's overrated.
Yeah.
That's overrated.
Oh, it has to be awful if you don't like crowds. No, we're not doing anything special. We're doing all the family stuff, and that's really it. We're not going anywhere too crazy or nothing.
Yeah, since the thing about going to New York, cold as hell, expensive as
especially
fug.
Last week.
Oh yeah, expensive as fug, but it was awesome. But it was we spent so much money. I'm like, hey, let's not do anything for 2 months to recoup a little bit about that. Get some
There
of the
you
nut, get some of the nut back. But
it's a good time. I haven't been there in years. Last time I was there, they still had the Toys R Us and Times Square with the Ferris wheel inside and stuff, and then they had
really
all kind. Oh yeah, it was a neat time. They had Bubba Gump shrimp over there, and I ate there. Got to eat at Bubba Gump.
There's one in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, where we live.
Oh, so it's not special.
It's the largest one in the United States, or the one that does the most volume.
Oh wow!
But they have Toys R Us in North Bergen, or near North Bergen, New Jersey, which is right there, and it's basically New York, but it's in the Grand American Mall, right across from where MetLife Stadium is, the most boring football stadium in the United States where the Giants and the Jets play. But they have a Toys R Us inside and Ferris wheels, and
there you go,
amazing stuff.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about Zero Page homebrew.
You want to jump right into the Zero Page?
Yeah, you want to?
Yeah, let's do it.
So we've heard that Zero Page homebrew is taking a break.
Is it a break, or are they done?
Bro,
what was their official?
You know how it is, man.
Right.
I don't think they're going to be gone for long, man.
I think their official announcement is that they're done. There's no awards this year, and the podcast is done. Thank you, everybody. Correct?
I know. That's the announcement.
Right.
But you know how this is. This is like the mafia. Once you have, and again, I don't know these people from Adam. If you've watched our podcast for the last few years, I've always poked fun at them, and it was all out of it was out of love. I grew up. I'm Generation X, which most of us are, except for you. But I grew up with David Letterman. He always used to make fun of like the Pat Sajak show, or the other late night shows that were running. And I think one time I said, I was like, hey, we got such a good show tonight, John, that this may be a Zero Page homebrew level. And you're like, whoa, are we that? It's all stolen from David Letterman. And so we used to pay, they're Canadian. They're in love, like he's got his girl with him, and they're sitting there and he's making his wife sit on the, and they got cats running around, which I'm a dog person. So there's a lot of things to poke fun of. And, that guy looks like he's been put in a locker once or twice. He's a nice guy.
So here was just real quick to give people some context.
Okay.
This was the post back in December 8th, earlier this month. They put out on Facebook and Twitch and various other platforms, Atari Age. I have the unfortunate news to relay that Zero Page Homebrew is shutting down after almost 8 years. I won't go into specifics because he's trying to avoid drama and conflict on and off the air. But unfortunately, he doesn't see a path forward for presenting all the new and incredible games for the systems they love. So along with Zero Page Homebrew, the annual Atari Homebrew Awards will no longer take place and will unfortunately have to also stop maintaining the ongoing catalog of new game releases. Then they go on to thank everybody who watched, the developers and everybody. Of course. Talk about the years of playing all these thousands of games was the most enjoyable time of his life and of their life. And that was basically the official announcement. And it was pretty sad, and it came out of nowhere for most of us, I think. So
you cut me off right when I was like, and they suck, and I hate them, and you're like, let me interrupt you. I wanted to say all that. We poked fun at them, but it was just like a healthy competition thing. We used to do a bi-weekly podcast, and we both got pretty burnt. You got burnt this year. You get burnt out doing this stuff. In Zero Page, the guy, I don't even know the guy's name. They did a lot, man. They did these awards. They bought the trophies, or they had somebody sponsor them or something. And they gave these developers a lovely platform. And but also like cataloging all the homebrew games, and a lot of work, man. The work's in progress. Like if me and you said, let's make a game, and we sucked at it, he would have taken the time to find the bin file and put it in the forums and write a little description about it and work in progress. I mean, that takes time. It takes time.
Yeah.
We had to prepare tonight because I'm hosting the thing tonight for about an hour. I mean, it just this just doesn't magically plop out. So he will be missed. I don't know what his wife did, but she will be missed.
Yeah, they both will. But here's the things that have happened since, just so before you get into how much that they will be missed.
I'm ignorant of this.
So announced yesterday, Zero Page Homebrew will be doing a live interview with Mike's Gaming Gala and Retro Bliss Gaming, which will go live tomorrow night at 5 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
And they're going to be chatting about their 8 years of streaming video games online and covering the homebrew scene. And they'll also discuss the future. So it looks like, they're not hiding anything. They're at least willing to come out and maybe talk about their decision a little bit. But beyond that, he's also, just for anybody who isn't following this closely, as I haven't been, I just looked it up, has already started updating the homebrew pages again. And somebody commented, I thought you said you weren't updating these lists anymore. And he said, yeah, well, I have a little bit of time. So
you get your look, man. And again, this is all speculation.
Right.
This is not accusation. This is conversation. I mean, the Atari Age forums are toxic AF. They don't like you. Some people picked on them guys. Some people annoyed Bob DeCrescenzo, hallowed be his name, to where he wasn't programming for about a few months because he got annoyed. There was my first full-length feature film, I was trying to be sneaky, being like, hey guys, I'm in a new movie, and I wore an Atari shirt. I wanted people to watch the movie. Right. And people then found out it was my movie, and they sent a bot to give like the trailer like 15,000 thumbs down, and and it was just like, dude, and they say what you will about Video 61's Peter Myers, they hate his guts, they've never forgiven him, and so they're pretty brutal. And a gambler will have a game and people go, this looks terrible or whatever. I mean, they are toxic over there. So so who knows if somebody said something to them, which is what I think. But again, it may be, and tomorrow they'll come out and say what it is.
Yeah, they'll talk about what it was. I mean, I'd hate to sit and speculate. Anytime you get a large group of people together, there's going to be conflict. You're going to have people that disagree. You're going to have people who rub other people the wrong way. And unfortunately, you get a group of people, and I'd rather you twist than rub. So I don't like you now. But no, it just happens when you get large groups of people together, and then you get groups that form and people on the outside trying to get in, and it is what it is. But for some reason, I don't even think it's that. It might be, given that he's already doing stuff, is probably maybe a bit of burnout, possibly some things. He'll
be back.
He
may not be back. I think he's going to be back. I think he's burned.
I think he'll be back sooner than you think, personally. But that's just speculation.
He gives freely of himself.
He gives a lot.
He doesn't get paid for this. And again, I don't know what his wife does, but I know he shows up and he does interviews at these Portland gaming retro things, and that's nobody's paying for his plane ticket to come out there or anything, so he's doing that out of the love for the community and the love of the of Atari, and again, he is an ally. We've poked fun at him, but it was just playful fun, and it didn't mean anything at all.
Anybody who creates in this community, we want to see succeed.
Absolutely.
Even if we give a bad review to something, it's not because we hate the person that did it.
I hate giving bad reviews to homebrew.
It's hard to do,
developers,
But we want everybody in this space to succeed, and hopefully, again, I think sometimes you have some projects that don't turn out the way you want, or you have long stretches where you just don't have that passion anymore, and And sometimes just saying the words, I need to step back and make the announcement is enough to kind of take some of the stress off your shoulders, and you turn back around and you're like, all right, well, now that I don't have to, I kind of want to again, you know? So we'll see what happens with that, but they're good people.
Yes, we are talking about Zero Page Homebrew.
Yep.
And again, I started off denigrating him, and I called him 0 Point Homebrew because I'm in quantum physics.
0 Page Homebrew. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get people's names wrong all the time. I don't even mean to half the time.
Hey, what do you want from us?
Yeah. But no.
We're doing this free too. Nobody's paying us.
No. Another bit of news though, Vinny. I think this our last podcast was in November, so the Intellivision Sprint has released since our last podcast, and people have received it. The reviews are in. Everybody loves this thing, Vinny. This thing is a runaway success.
Well, I had my buyer's guide video yesterday, and I included it, I think, at number 4 or number 3 on my things to buy for the holiday season.
Made you look smart.
Made me look good. I'm not an Intellivision guy. You're not an Intellivision guy. I've always thought Intellivision was focused on sports games, which was smart back then because Atari had the shooters on point, but they're sports games, and sports games do not last. They don't typically, very few stand the test of time. They don't age very well, but and a lot of the Intellivision best games were sports games. And again, we are trepidatious about the controllers because those look really funky. But I love the look of it. I love the overlays for the controllers. I thought that was the coolest thing I've said before. And I'm excited. The Intellivision people got screwed before. They're kind of like New York Jets fans. They're going to have the awesome Amico come out, and then it went to nothing. And they deserve something to look forward to like us.
Well, and I heard it seems really cool the more you hear about it. So we're used to the Game Station Go. I'm sure a lot of people that would watch this might have it or be interested in that. And with the Game Station Go, you have the games that you put on there segregated from the games that are already on there. So you put in your SD card, and they're not allowed anywhere near the games that are on the unit. So with the Intellivision Sprint, what's cool is the games that you load on appear in the carousel, and I've heard you can put the proper box art on the carousel.
Cool.
So everything is uniform. It looks good. I mean, all that stuff, that goes a long way to me. I mean, seeing, the list compared to the normal design on the Game Station Go is a little to me, but I think that's really cool if they.
Yeah, that's an improvement. I love the Game Station Go, but my SD card is all out of whack. Like for the 7800 games, I put alphabetical, like I put the A games, the B games,
so
the
you
C
go
games.
into each folder.
I did that. Everything else, I just went,
Yeah,
and it's like I'm sitting there trying to find something, and there's partially in order, alphabetical order, and then partially not.
So I guess we know what your bias is. 7800 forever.
Yeah, well, it's great, and it's and again, not every game works on it, but it's good. I mean, dude, I travel a lot. This is my best friend some nights when I'm out of lotion, and it's a great thing to just sit back and play for 2 or 3 hours. And what I've been really excited about is I've been playing a lot of the 5200 games, which are great when you actually have a decent controller. There's a lot of good ones on there. For example, like the 7800 version of Beef Drop doesn't work, but the 5200 does. So there's some really good. And I've been playing the hell out of Blaster. I broke the world record on Blaster.
Oh, did you? Did you submit it, or is it?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah.
It's also on a game. It's not on the
it has to be on hardware. Yeah. But very cool stuff with the Sprint. Are you gonna get a Sprint? You were toying with the idea.
I probably will if we have one of those $99 or $89 gimmicks. I probably will.
I think, I'm thinking if it drops to $100, I'll probably get it.
I think the other thing is if it does, what we've heard is the USB works where you can sideload games and get some of them homebrews. there's a couple, the Odyssey and the Intellivision homebrews. There's some really cool ones on there. There's a game I want to play with you. I think it's an Odyssey 2 game called Roboto. No, Robot City. No, it's Roboto. Mr. Robot. No, Roboto. It's kind of like Arcanon Tournament.
Okay.
But it's a lot simpler. But there's some really devious things you can do. It's like a 2-player game, but there's action elements in it too. So it's like a board game, but also, I don't know, it's a cool Odyssey 2 thing. The television's got some good ones too. So yeah, I'll definitely be interested.
Absolutely. Well, it's kind of a slow time. Jeremiah says the entire first run sold out for the sprint. They'll have to wait. If the price doesn't drop, my feelings aren't hurt. Let's put it like that. But if it does drop, I'm just saying if it ever does drop, it will. But hopefully they keep selling out and they don't have to drop the price. That would be the best thing for Atari if you're a corporate.
Sure.
If you support them on that level.
Sure. It's good news.
See them win. Absolutely.
So that tells me probably the next bit of news. You bought a new VCS. And, there's a secret.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to talk about it now because you're doing a video about it, but there's something about the VCS that nobody's talking about, which makes me think Atari just doesn't give a crap anymore. But tell them what you found out.
Well, I was going to put that in the video, but it don't matter. I got the new VCS. Mine died. It was either the end of November, early December, and I actually received it the middle of last week or 2 weeks ago or something, and it sat there forever because the VCS was a nightmare to set up. When I got that first one, and I actually have it behind me, I should grab it, but when I got that first one, I think I remember I probably messaged you because you would have been the only person at the time I think I would have talked to about how do I set this thing up. It won't update. It just resets and updates and resets and updates. And I could get to the menu, but only by not putting in my Ethernet, and I couldn't do anything. And I had to go to Discord. I emailed Atari, and I don't think Atari ever even responded to my email. I think it took 2 days, about 2 nights of messing with it to get it set up. So I finally pulled this new Onyx VCS out of the box, plug it in, see the boot up screen, and then it rebooted once, and I was ready to scream, and then it just downloaded the updates, and I was at the menu, signed in, and that was it. I mean, it was as smooth as possible. So I've also been talking, I've kind of announced that I'm getting a new VCS and stuff and just talking to people, being friendly. And everybody is telling me that's their experience. A lot of these people don't know what I'm talking about when I say the VCS is a pain to set up, or it was. Because a lot of the comments I'm getting are, I don't know, I just plugged it in and it worked. So it seems like they had to have fixed this issue. I don't see anybody complaining. Now, I'm talking about maybe my sample size is 6 or 7 people I've talked to that got a VCS in, let's say, the last month. And I have had 0 people tell me they've had any issues. So there always could be the possibility that people are just getting lucky and the people who are unlucky are sending it back and never dealing with Atari again. But, right now it seems like it's fixed. How long did you give it to update the first time? I heard the first one will go through, but it takes time. So the first time it just rebooted. I don't know. It did something weird. It said update 4 updates, and then the thing was spinning. It went solid, and then it just rebooted. Came back, and then it said 4 updates left still. And then it did take quite a while. It took probably like a half hour for updates.
Oh,
if I had to guess. Yeah, it took a long time. But
so it's not easy peasy. It's still
maybe a half hour is a little much. Maybe it was more like 15 or 20 minutes, but it was
still a long time.
Yeah. It was the second update that took the longest. So the first update flew by, then it said 2 of 4, and it was on that for probably 10 minutes. And I actually had rebooted my internet because I thought I unplugged it from the internet is what I did. And shortly after that, it went to 3 and 4, and then it just worked. So give it time. That's the only thing I can say is if you get one and you're scared of the process, either because of what you heard or what, you've experienced, just give it time. It'll work. It was amazing. As somebody who went through it before, I was just so ecstatic. I couldn't.
And there's an indie scene that's in love with Atari.
Oh, yeah.
That's still supporting it. It does look like Atari's taking their foot off the gas. The last thing they released was Adventure of Samsara, which was about 3 or 4 months ago. But as we learned talking to KRAZ 103.5 KRAZ.
KRAZ. Bringing you the golden oldies.
Phoenix's number one in drive time.
Phoenix. Yeah.
So, but anyway, it's up to the developer. Atari's not blocking anybody from putting anything on the VCS. It's just up to the developer to want to do it. So.
Well, I've heard some things talking through developers. There's a huge sale on the Atari store right now. The Atari VCS
.com
or .com. I was just on .com. I saw a lot of 20% off, like clothing. The paddle set is 20% off.
That's good.
Yeah, I didn't see anything too crazy.
Too crazy. Well,
VCS store. Okay, I'll have to look at that then. Awesome.
Ooh.
Well, Vinny,
I went and bought everything that I wanted. Really, there was a bunch of stuff that was like free and 50 cents and $1. I went and got all that stuff. But
there's some shirts I want. I really like some of those Atari design shirts.
He's talking about the VCS store.
I know, but I'm saying like at Atari.com though, that Pong shirt.
You just said in our holiday guide not to buy the clothes. Now what is it?
I can't help it. I'm just
told us. I wrote it down on my website. Stay away from the clothes. The quality's dropped. It's made out of like turpentine and
80% plus off in the VCS. There's nothing you want in the VCS store.
I was waiting forever for Yars Rising and Quamp 2 to go on sale because I wasn't.
Are they on sale? Is it Atari stuff?
I don't know.
Now those would be good games to buy at 80% off.
I bought everything. I bought everything Atari kind of messed with.
I still have to get on the VCS because I had some of these on Steam. I have to get Lunar Lander and
great game. Maybe the best game in the system.
Yeah, and something else from Atari.
Well, Gravitar Recharge is the best game in the system, but
yeah, well, there's a lot of good ones. That's an awesome sale, though. If you have a VCS, go check that out. Absolutely,
80% off, bro.
80% off is great.
That's good stuff.
The other Quamp 2 is 70% off. That'd be definitely worth picking up. That would make it somewhere around $10.
Dude, I should have waited. I'm just scared that they were just going to yank it. You know what I mean? It's so weird. It's this redheaded stepchild of Atari. Atari has so much stuff that's successful right now, and it's like they treat it like it slept with Dolly Parton's brother.
Yeah. Well, before we get started with that, Vinny, just a reminder, next month, before we get started with our main topic, I guess I should say, next month, we're going to be doing our podcast, and it will be a good one, Vinny. Do you know why?
Because we're going to absorb all of the dead energy from Zero Page Homebrew, and we're just going to vampiric take all the talent and energy and take their fan base and suck it into our mouths, American mouths. America wins again! Number one! Is that why?
No.
No cats on this show.
Nope, it's going to be a good one, Vinny, because it will be our 3rd annual Fuji Awards next month.
Oh, my God.
So January is award season for Atari. We, of course, we can't do what Zero Page did, but we'll put on our own show like we have.
We have various trash items, stuff that we could pick out of the garbage outside on the street and send it to people.
Well,
they had laminated awards and glass trophies and shit.
We have potential sponsorship this year. We're working on a sponsorship deal, getting some promotion for the award show.
Oh my God.
We might have to wear suits and ties. Vinny is working. He doesn't know this yet, but he's going to do a dance and song number. So I need you to get on that. But for anybody that is interested, please check out Opcode. Opcode is excellent. They might be sponsoring our next show.
Well, if I'm in
All right.
control of this crap, no, because I thought that there was something that said opcode. Now I'm looking at Game of the Bear. Oh my God, John, how do you show the thing? I forgot. Add. No. Oh my God, dude. This is why I can't do this anymore.
Benny's in charge for anybody that doesn't know. So the
So there, that
opcode
was
thing
cool.
is supposed to be,
Look at that. That's a great. What is that? That's a skull. It's like He-Man coming on.
That is not opcode, but yeah. So opcode has all kinds of things. They do not have a skull on a thing, but they have a lot of cool games, 7800 games, Atari games, Coleco games.
They don't have a skull on a thing?
I'm sure they have a skull. Skinny and Franco is $1.90 instead of $18.99.
Ooh. Yeah, we got to check that out.
Yeah. Bro. See, at that price, how could you not check those games out? I might buy a ton of games after this. But speaking of games, Vinny.
Can you see that?
Hey, look at that. That's the Opcode website. I've had a lot of people telling me before that they wanted to buy from Opcode, but they were seriously not okay with the landing page they had set up before. Sure. And I get it because it looked a little sketchy.
Sure.
But the website is up. You go to opcodegames.com. You get the website. You go to the store. They have a sort feature. You pick up Popeye. Popeye is an excellent game. It's exclusive to Opcode right now, and you have a couple others on there. And all the ColecoVision stuff you could ever want. So personally, I love them. Their boxes are great. They're not the 7800 style that you are probably used to if you buy from Atari Age or other like retailers, but they have some of the best boxes I've ever
this is some cool stuff, man. Are they 2600 and 7800? So is there any other systems?
There's Coleco 2600 and 7800. If you look at the side, you can sort by system. So you can just get.
Oh, there's a lot of ColecoVision. That's what.
Yeah, that's mainly what they did before was Coleco, but they moved into the Atari space. But chances are, if you're interested in one, you might be interested in the other. So very cool. We're hoping they will jump on and sponsor the award show this year with us. So be sure to check them out, especially if you want Popeye. Don't go on eBay and buy the old one that has the glitch. Buy the new one that works the right way.
The one that I found that had the glitch, and I made Daryl have indigestion at lunch when I found it out.
Exactly. So, speaking of homebrew stuff, Benny, you ready to get into the main topic?
All right, let me drive the ship here. Hopefully I won't crash it into the damn mountain. But yeah.
All right, we're counting on you.
We're going to celebrate Vlad Zaninga. Years ago, I wrote an article about this cat. Most Atari
had Atari7800forever.com.
That's right. Atari 7800forever.com. Most Atari homebrew programmers are American. There's a few exceptions, Muddy Funster being one. And I'm sure there's a few Canadians that slipped in there. They always tend to do that. But
yeah,
Vlad is from Chile. And I haven't really ever seen what he looks like. I haven't heard from him. We've never really done an interview with him. We've done other people like Revan Tooley and Muddy Funster and Bob and all the usual suspects. We need to get Mike Sarna and MK Smith and some of these, and Daryl. We had Daryl on, I think. But we haven't ever really talked to Vlad. And we wanted to, as a Christmas gift, a lot of strife in the world right now between the North and South. We just want an olive branch here, an olive branch covered in mistletoe. And we wanted to feature Vlad's games because I think he deserves an attaboy. Now, I don't know if he ever watches our crap. He may never even know this existed, but we're going to do it in spite of his obstinance towards liking us. So we're going to start off with you, John. Yeah. You're going to do 2600, his 2600 library that has been released.
Yeah, not everything that he's put out, but I wanted to show off.
We're going to do everything.
Not everything.
Oh,
I didn't prepare for everything, but I got some notes here. I played some games. Vinny is going to put up some footage.
What is this one here?
So first one here.
What is this the skull on the thing?
Yep, the skull on the thing. And actually, let me take this other thing out of here. So this is from the Game of Bear 2. I played the how do I remove this? There we go. I played Game of Bear 1 and 2. They're actually quite similar to each other. It's not necessarily a bad thing. because they're platformers and similar style to Night Guy. If you've played that, of course, being 7800 guys, we're very familiar with the 7800 stuff like Night Guy. So a lot of it is timing based puzzles like this, a lot of backtracking. In that scene, I released a rock that goes down to a teeter totter below, and then you make your way back. And
I heard Trish Stratus released the rock once.
Yeah, there you go. No, but these games are excellent. They play well. Both of them, they look pretty similar. I love the sprite, the smooth animation. Remember, this is 2600. This isn't 7800, and it looks pretty darn good if you ask me. A lot of cool effects too. A lot of things that slide up and down. Just a lot of neat puzzles and stuff. It screams VHZC. If you know the guy, you can recognize his games from a mile away. And Game of the Bear is very good. Now, I believe these predate Night Guy, so you'll see a lot of ideas that were recycled there. But overall, if you want platformers for the 2600, these games are solid. I mean, they're some of the best platformers I've played on the 2600, in my opinion.
He does. Okay, that's 2021. He does a lot of timed base stuff too.
Yep.
So it's kind of like, is this the first one?
This is, like I said, they look similar. This is the first one because this one drove me nuts a little bit after I realized how it worked. So you have to get 3 keys. So I went around, I collected the first key, and then I went and got the second key, and I couldn't get it, and I couldn't figure out why. And I thought, well, maybe I did the keys out of order. So I went and found the third key, and it turns out you got to take the keys all the way back to the beginning before you can go get another key. And it once you learn that, it's great. But this puzzle here is fantastic too. So you actually you have to leave a little bit of a block left so you can jump up on it. Somehow there I just floated up to the top. But these puzzles are great.
You do what you want.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Don't let anybody tell
you.
A
little ducking action there, which I don't think he's got that on the 7800 version of this game.
Nope. Yeah, that's right. There is a 7800 version. It's download only, but the 2600 versions are on cartridge over at Atari Age if you're interested. But yeah, I absolutely enjoyed my time with these platformers. They are on the short side, so if you know VHZC, one thing is his games tend to be a little shorter than you might expect, but he does add in some replay value in a lot of neat ways for a lot of them. And even though I said they might be on the short side, I actually haven't completed either one of them. So, but
all right, I just got rid of John. I hit the wrong button, so hopefully he will join back. I was trying to get rid of the video so he can slide some more because he's going to talk more about it. And now I have you. You are all on the Atari Network. You have subscribed to him. You give him all your attention. It's time for me. This was just a big, elaborate ploy. Let me see here. That's hilarious. He's going to hopefully scramble back here. So how you guys doing? You liking Christmas so far? You getting everything you wanted? I accidentally booted you. This is what makes it okay. LOL. All right, here we go. Now you have violated code 1 section 936.
You kicked me off.
I was trying to get rid of your videos so you could put more up there, but you must have to be able to do that.
You kicked me off my own podcast. Yeah, you just...
Get the hell out of here.
Anyway, yeah, that game. What'd I do wrong, Vinny? Why'd I get kicked off?
I was trying to get rid of those. You can only have 3 videos, and now you have.
I can get rid of the
race, so now you got more.
I can get rid of the videos. All you gotta do is hit.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry about that.
Is it?
We're having a little bit of it's the first time flying the ship in a couple years for me. I used to be able. I told you how to do this shit. Now I'm like crashing the plane into into the rocks.
All right, I put the next one up there, Vinny. So if you want to, I'll put them up one at a time here.
Here's a good question: as we're getting quick question: is it true the thing you missed most about wrestling is wrestling the guys with raging erections? There is. I do have a world record. I'm the only
world record of
professional wrestler in history to ever wrestle a guy who had a massive erection the entire match that was televised. And the thing that's great is I noticed this, so I kept doing like Manhattan drops and atomic drops where I kept dropping him on my knee, his midsection and his balls and everything. And later, and this sounds like a made up punchline, he's now transitioned to a woman named Adele. And I wonder if I had anything to do with that. The trauma to his nut region. All right, here we go. We'll do this guy. This one's interesting to me. You were telling me about this guy.
Yeah, so this one is actually the one playing behind me on the TV here, too. You can play in normal or hard, which gives a lot of replayability. This game is called I Ran. It's a little bit of an earlier game, I believe, of his. And it's quite simple. You just run constantly forward, and you can either jump or duck.
Slide.
So basically slide, but it's duck. You press down. So you're not really given much time to react. The first couple obstacles here are easy. Jump over snake, jump over duck under bat, all that stuff. Slide. And then it's a ducking slide. Whatever, Vinny. Am I going to get kicked again? No, but yeah, you slide or whatever, and then see, slide, duck, jump. No, but it's really great because you have to react quickly, and you don't have long to learn what's coming up. But the stuff that gets thrown at you eventually is real interesting too. You got the bees, these ducks. You have to duck under, but how would you know that if you've never played before? So there's a lot of replayability. You make it a little bit further every time you play. It's a ton of fun. I absolutely love this game. Yeah, they might be geese. You'll see them here again.
Duck, goose.
Yeah, if you make it that far. But this game is brilliant. I love this. I don't know if you put it out on cartridge. I was looking at Atari Age. I did not see a cartridge for this one. However, I downloaded it for free off of VHZC's website, and he does have his own website and his own itch.io page. So I'll include links in the description and in the comments. But shit.
How do you get over that giraffe, bro?
Yeah, it's there's a spring, I think, that you got to jump on. So if you go to vhzc.games, there's links to all his stuff. Then it'll take you to his itch.io page, vhzc.itch.io. You can download this game. Of course, you can donate. Some of the games that you buy off there, you do have to donate, but this one is optional to donate for the full version. But it's a ton of fun. I recommend you get this one.
Yeah, I like runners too. There was a thing on I believe it was the Wii called Trip Runner, and the first one was real addictive. Something Twitch. This is, hey, you're on the city bus, you're waiting for the doctor's office. There's not a lot of head scratching. It's just something to kind of pass the time. I dig it.
Yep, it's an awesome game, and I don't know how long it goes, but it's awesome. I mean,
whoa, look at that shit.
Yep, it just keeps going and going. I think this one is probably one of his more known 2600 games, or at least it's one I've been aware of for quite some time. This is Roach in Space. It's yeah.
What happens to the smoke?
It dissipates. It goes up. You got to secondhand the enemies here. No, but there's a lot of neat enemies in here. Again, I think VHZC has a lot of skills. He does a lot of different games very well. He tends to focus on platformers, but some of my favorite games by him are the other stuff. Yeah. Like the Endless Runner was fantastic. That might be maybe one of his best games. And this one isn't bad either. The enemies are kind of generic. It's kind of just blobs of stuff. It doesn't have his usual flair in the enemy department.
All right.
But it's a ton of fun to play. There's bosses, as you would expect. Basically, it does. Once you figure it out, it gets a little bit easier because the waves you can kind of make the waves come and go as you want. But even with that said, I believe with this being one of his earlier games, it's got just a lot of character. I like the roach in space idea, and the scrolling's done really well. I mean, obviously he's just scrolling the sides, but it gives you the idea that you're flying around space. So
yeah, it's kind of a neat optical illusion he has of the two things on the side, just kind of this block just moving down, but it gives the illusion that you're flying like crazy.
Yep. He's really smart when it comes to these kinds of things. So
Optical
this
illusion.
one you can pick up on cartridge and manual from Atari Age for $35, or if you want a box, you can get it for $50. So I recommend checking that one out as well. And I have one more series of games that I will present here. This one, I didn't know anything about this series of games until I kind of saw it. I'll put the first one up first, Vinny, and then I'll put the sequel on. Because unlike Game of Bear and Game of Bear 2, he massively improved between this game and the sequel to this. So this game is called Peril, and it's a helicopter game where you basically clear through mazes. So you can't touch the walls. It's kind of like Go Sub if you played that. Yep. If you played that 7800, 2600 game. And there's like one major obstacle per screen. You don't have you do have lives in this one. I apologize. So you're basically just trying to get through as many of the mazes as you can. Again, I believe this is an early one, but it's the design of the obstacles. He could just have your standard blocks coming out at you obstacles, but he chooses for a lot of these lasers and just really cool obstacle designs that I find really visually intriguing.
I don't want to step on your toes, and I don't want to shoot my shot before I start on my game list, but
go ahead.
The thing about him I think is interesting is some of his game ideas are recycled a little bit.
Right.
Limited technology. He likes what he likes. But I've always been blown away at the creativity of the things that like the bad guys, I guess. Like this, he's almost crazy. Like what in the world is this going on here with the crazy skull bouncing up and down? It's just a false exit, it's a good idea.
Well, and the thing that kind of presents itself here with Peril, so you think you're playing like I described before, but here very soon it's going to reveal itself to actually be more of a connected adventure. So you're flying through all these rooms. It tells you cleared the room, but you're going to get to a screen up here where you pick up something and then you realize that you have to backtrack through every puzzle again to get somewhere else. So he kind of pulled the wool over your eyes in that sense in this game, and it actually worked to kind of a neat effect. So, but if you would pop up the sequel,
bullets.
Here you get your bullets finally, and then you have to backtrack through all them.
He doesn't like giving you the weapons early on in his game.
No, he definitely doesn't. So now you have more Peril. Now this game, and again, all his games have sparse sound effects. I mean, that's one thing you can't accuse him of having a ton of sound effects in his games and music. But
I love how those are fists.
So yeah, and here's the thing: like all of the obstacles, there's so many obstacles in here, and you kind of have to memorize what is going to fire when to get through the room. Also, some of these obstacles, the way they combine, has almost a musical element to it. And
I was going to say it looked like a musical pattern there.
And none of his other games do that. He only did it in this game. More Peril. And I love the sound design in this because of that. And the puzzles are really good here. There's a lot of them that are just pretty intricate for a 2600 game. There's also boss battles. There's what I like about this sequel is there's people to rescue. So kind of like in a 7800 game that we'll talk about later, you don't have lives. You have fuel that's basically a timer that's counting down. And then you have a bunch of people you can rescue, and it's up to you whether or not you want to rescue them. So
that's a cool obstacle thought there.
Yep. He does a lot of really cool stuff in this, and this game shows off just how smart of a programmer he is. And I think his strength is just his ideas. Like these puzzles are really well done. They're great. They're great ideas. They're challenging, very unique. And like I
Yeah,
said, a lot of them have sound effects that are really good.
and the big difference is you don't clear off one maze at a time. This is all connected like his
Yep.
later games. Yeah.
Yep, so it's more connected, and yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. Again, you eventually rescue people, and
This looks like a good one, man. He should bring this one over to the 7800, I think.
oh yeah, I would love that. And again, if I think I chose what I think are some of his best games to present here on the 2600. I recommend all of these titles, but my top two would be I Run and this one, Oh No More Peril. You can definitely get this one digitally. I never did find out if it was on Atari Age or not, but I'll look that up now. But yeah, those are definitely his top two games.
So Robo Tito was just released. Do you know anything about that game?
Robo Tito. So I have not played that one yet. But it looks to be in line with his sort of Night Guy, Game of the Bear style games.
Okay.
It also looks to kind of remember that 7800 robot game that never came out.
Give me more than that.
I don't know, but it looks like it has an element maybe where you can't jump, but your bottom extends. And at least for the game, I'm talking about the game that
sounds
VHZC
like my wife over the years.
Yeah, so your bottom gets really long, and it touches the ground, and then it shrivels up, and then it, so you got to solve puzzles using your length rather than your ability to move fast, I guess. So that's Robot Tito.
Robot Tito.
As far as I can tell.
We've got a salutation from 7800 headquarters. All right, so are we done with this 2600 jive?
7800 headquarters, awesome. I heard that some of these games are coming in cartridge format. It would be awesome if they are. Hopefully somebody releases them. I don't know if...
I wonder if that's a clue.
It would be nice if it was. But no, that's all I really have to say about these games. I just wanted to show we tend to focus a lot in the 7800 because it's cool. It's more...
it's what we love.
It's what me and you love, but it's also just more sophisticated hardware too, so you can do a lot more. But he does a lot with this primitive stuff.
It's impressive. Like, I think this is the difference. It's always been impressive what people have done with the 2600 because it's so hard to program for. And I think the fascination for me with the 7800 is it was such an overlooked system that nobody or very few tapped into the potential.
Yeah.
So you have those two. Like, every time somebody comes out with a really cool idea for the 2600, it's like, man, that's clever. And then the 7800, it's like, man, now they're flexing muscles that never got to be flexed.
Yeah, it's always
like my legs. All right, so I'm doing mine a little different. I'm actually ranking mine because I like lists and people don't like that, but I don't give a damn. So these are going to be the ones that were released except for one. He's got a couple of games that weren't released or finished. He had a shooter called Cannon in D for Defense, which was a shooter that had a female protagonist. People like female protagonists. If you ever play Fortnite, everybody is a girl, it seems like, because they want to look at their butts, I guess.
There you go. That was a really cool game. He tends not to finish a lot of this cool stuff.
He didn't finish that one. He hasn't finished Roach in Space 2, which I think Roach in Space on the 2600 played better, even though the graphics of the 7800 I thought were better.
Yeah.
He hasn't finished Ninja-ish Guy, which is kind of like a Zelda / Uzi the Goo ninja guy. So a lot of his titles, he's an enemy of brevity. They're really long, ridiculous titles, which I kind of like because that's
the names themselves are
Sometimes you forget what the entire name is, but we're going to start off with my least favorite game, and it was a game that you can get on his website. And again, this is almost like Bob. None of these games are bad. I just want to go out and say, Vlad, when he finishes a game, they are good. But there are some that are better than others, obviously. So we're going to start with this one. And I don't think, gameplay-wise, it's even as good as the 26 version of this game. And I forgot how to add. Oh, I know what to do now. Go down here, add.
Yeah, Vinny's in complete control today. We decided to let him be the producer this time.
I'm struggling here.
So let me know in the comments who.
Yeah, don't do that. So this is Game of the Bear. And so Game of the Bear, let me improve that. Maybe I can get that a little bigger there.
There you go.
Game of the Bear is, and we haven't figured out, maybe somebody smarter than me, but this is, I can't figure out if this is before Night Guy in a 2-res world.
This Game of the Bear is after. He just finished this not that long ago, as far as I understand.
Okay. Well, this is basically Night Guy again with a cute bear, but I would argue the sprite is not as good as the Night. And I would argue that this game play and the puzzles aren't as interesting and as difficult as the 2600 version. Now, I do like the penguin with the blowtorch. That's a dichotomy thing there. And again, this is not a bad game. This is what I would call a platformer adventure game. You have different rooms, a lot of backtracking, a lot of puzzles. You pull that switch, you knock that guy to hell with an ice block. So, I mean, he has tons of great ideas. I just think it lacks, and I haven't made it very far, and I may be surprised, and I may be wrong, but I kind of feel like when I'm playing this game, I'd rather play Night Guy. But not a bad game. It's just compared to some of his other games, not as sexy and not as interesting as some of his other games. And again, you'll notice Vlad is a big believer in countdown clocks. I guess he thinks people would enjoy doing speed runs of his games. And sometimes the timing matters more than others. Sometimes it's a score and sometimes it's life itself. But again, if I had to give this game a grade, it would be a 3 out of 5 or a 3.5 out of 5. Still worth it. This game is only a couple dollars on his website, and that'll be in John's description. And you can get that. This actually plays on the Game Station Go as well. Another good thing about Vlad's games is because there's not a lot of music, and the games aren't very long, except for a couple. They tend to play on some of the more out-of-date emulators, and that's cool.
Yeah, I like I guess there's some give and take here. I kind of like the bear sprite, but I kind of wish it was taller, like in the 2600 games. Because I assume you can't duck in this one.
You can't duck. There's no reason. The guy's so short, you don't need to.
Yeah, and that was kind of a big part of the original, so I kind of wish he would have kept that in.
So there's like less features on this one. So
it's just more. Looks like he's sticking with what's familiar. So, like S. Ramirez said, this one's Night Guy-ish. It's definitely it looks like it's Night Guy 3 basically.
It's just the Night Guy game. Is all it is.
Okay, well, it looks good still. Even if it's another Night Guy game, Night Guy games are really good. So,
boop boop boop. All right. Let's do this one. Here we go. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's my 7th place completed Vlad game. Here is 6th. I've reviewed this on my website. And this is Night Guy 2, Night Guy in Another Castle. And John has done a review of this as well. I would say we were both pretty disappointed because, A, we didn't like the sprite. The sound is sparse. Again, it's a good game, but even some of these bad guys are the same as in Game of the Bear. Speaking of, do you think Game of the Bear, I don't know what everything he writes is in English. I don't know what good is it. His English is probably great. But do you think Game of the Bear and Game of the Year he thought was a better pun than it actually was, if you catch my drift?
Maybe I don't know.
I
He
don't
did,
either.
but he does know some good puns because then the sequel was Game of the Bear 2,
Yeah.
but instead of 2, it was Too Much to Bear. So I thought that was a better
Well,
pun.
yeah, I know the guy is competent with English.
Yeah,
I just
but
wonder
I
if
don't
it
know.
rhymed.
Yeah,
I wonder if he thought like this rhymes a lot better than it does. So the problem with this is it's not, and we'll get into Night Guy here in a minute. But it doesn't have as many secrets as Night Guy.
there's
It's
no
not as
secret.
long as Night Guy, and it's not as clever level design wise as Night Guy, the original.
Yeah,
And so for a sequel, it's got to be better, man. That's what you've got to do. Have you ever seen Paddington 2, Empire Strikes Back, Godfather 2? The sequel's got to be better and bigger. That's the other thing. Sequels
yeah,
are
bigger.
bigger, and this one was not, and therefore it's a disappointment. Now, what we have heard is he was trying a bunch of new ideas, and there are gameplay mechanics in this game, like climbing vine walls
Yep,
and
climbing grates and
using the balloon to kind of go
I
through
love the balloon.
obstacles.
Yep.
Pretty good. He had some good ideas. Again, this game's not awful, but I think I beat it within the second or third time I played it.
Yep.
The fire boss was good, and then when you're sitting and you bought this for $60, you're like, eek. I don't know if I'll ever play this again, as opposed to other games of his. So I would rank this 6th out of 7. What do you have to say about Night Guy 2?
No, I agree. I was disappointed with it because I beat it on my second try. I recorded my entirety with the game. It amounted to 29 minutes. My final playthrough was, I believe, 16 minutes to beat it, which I just felt was. And there's no reason to go back. Again, there's no secrets. It was just disappointing. And the biggest disappointment was all the brilliant elements. Like you said, the balloon part was so good. The vines were great. The stuff that he could have called back to, and I would have loved to have seen more challenging parts with. This guy's struggling with it a lot, but it's not that hard.
No, this guy has never played a video game before, I don't think.
So yeah, I agree. That and the sprite. He changed the Night Guy sprite, and I hate how chubby he looks. So
yeah, it's like he took it off. And thanks to, what is this, Four Scene Arcade. Thanks for that.
Yeah,
right.
Thanks for the gameplay.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, love him.
All right, so my 5th place game is this one, and I do like this game, but again, Uzi the Goo is not a platformer. This is more of a Legend of Zelda adventure style game where you can freely, there's no jumping and stuff in this game. So this is multiple screens like his other games, a lot of puzzles.
You better hurry. You can only be fire for so long.
So here's the part that's, and this is a really good game. I would give this one a 3 out of 5, or I can't remember. It's either that or a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I like this one.
A lot of backtracking. Not very difficult. I beat that probably within 3 or 4 or 5 times. But the thing, it's also a little disappointing. And again, it's disappointing only because Vlad is such a good. What is he doing? He fell asleep.
I think he thinks the fans are still on. He just turned them off.
Yeah, so. This guy. Somebody slapped that guy.
In
the back of the head. Oh, we're looking at this.
Oh, look at the manual. Oh, look at that.
Look at that. It's cute. So anyway, the thing that, and he's showing this what I'm about to say. I was like, okay, cool. We got a new mascot that's like the Atari version of Kirby. He can turn into fire. He can turn into ice. He can turn into stone. But if memory serves, John, and I don't know if I remember this correctly, but I think you can only do that one spot each element in the game.
You're right for fire and metal, but ice, I think he pops up 2 or 3 times.
Okay. So it's also like, well, Uzi didn't get to really flex his muscle. Maybe there'll be a sequel that's longer. But again, a lot of backtracking, a lot of his cartoony bosses. Again, good game, good ideas. But I kind of feel like this one should have been left in the oven for about 10 more minutes, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, I agree. I think I heard somewhere before that VHZC works within the limits of what was there at the time. So I think that doesn't leave them with a lot of space to add a lot of game, is what without talking to them, that would be my belief. But But I would love to see him just expand beyond that, if that is the case, and do something just much more substantial, an adventure that is much larger and longer. Number one, because the 7800 would do well with one of those, and number two, it'd just be cool to play one of his games and have it be a little longer, a little more challenging. I love his art style. I love the characters he comes up with. I love the ideas, turning him into metal and becoming a bullet, and the fire and melting ice, and
it's like the Kirby thing.
Yeah, it's so great that I wanted more of it. And when it's one and done, you just feel.
That's all I was saying. And again, he's doing such great stuff with this limited hardware. You can't denigrate him. I mean, he could spend. You can't play again. This is another game you can play. Pardon me, on the Game Station Go. And you can't play
Super Skateboarding. This game's awesome.
Well, I guess the interviewer or the reviewer is probably talking about how, or maybe I did this. Yeah, this is me. It feels like super skateboarding, that's a good way to put it, Vinny. I'm smart. It is a lot like.
I don't agree with that.
It is a lot like super skateboarding in some ways, because there's a time element too.
I like that game though. I always enjoyed Uzi the Goo Gaiden.
Yeah, it's good. That's kind of the beginning of like every one of these are going to be pretty damn good from here on out. So, all right, we'll go to the next one. This one is fourth best, and I just reviewed this last month.
Number 4. Uzi the Goo Gaiden. I love this game.
Yeah.
Holy moly, this is great.
All right. Oh, okay. Slide Boy. Oh, don't fucking
Slide Boy and two. It's Slide Boy and Maze Land, ain't it?
I don't know what I'm doing. This is Tunnels of Hyperion. And I never noticed that before. Oh my god, I'm getting fancy with the graphics and shit. But Tunnels of Hyperion is the only shooter on the look out there, is the only shooter on the 7800 that he's done. And again, this has got his own cartoon. You could tell this is one of his games. I don't know how he does it, but all his sprites kind of look. They're not the same, but they have the same style. It's
very stylized. Yep.
Yeah, and they're really cool. He does a great job. How does he do it? I don't know what I'm talking about here. I must have not had a lot of gameplay footage, and I'm just trying to space it out. If you ever see my videos where I'm adding a lot of stuff, it's because I'm trying to space.
Well, this was a review I didn't write for you, right?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Call back.
But so anyway, this game is a simple shooter, but it's really a memorization game more than anything else. And you can die 9 million times. Basically, you just have to beat the time to get to the end of the level. And don't go down there, buddy.
Yeah, why does he keep going down?
I don't know.
Oh, is that you?
No, it's not me. I'm better. This is, we kind of denigrated the other games for being too easy. I haven't beat this game yet, and I really haven't gotten close. This is a tough.
Really?
Yeah, this is have you beaten it?
I still haven't got my copy yet. I played the demo a while back, but I'm waiting to get the full game to try to complete it. So no, I haven't beaten it.
So again, you can keep dying here, and if you keep shooting enemies, you get time bonuses. So you can actually gain time in some spots by dying and shooting. Like something like this, you could probably die and try to like build your time up for the end.
That's really smart. I like the numbers on the blocks, assuming that some are lesser, so you kind of have to pick.
Yeah. When each time you shoot that wall too, you get a second back. So again, here's Uzi the Goo. Don't know why we're talking about this again. And here's Slide Boy and another castle.
Yep. Castle Days. Yep.
Castle Days, Slide Boy. So anyway, good game. Not if you think this is going to be a shoot 'em up, you're going to be disappointed. This is more of a memorization game and more of and I gave it a 3.5 out of 5, which is good.
Yeah.
And it's more of a memorization puzzle game as much as it is a shooter.
I liked what I played of it. I liked the demo a lot. I have a feeling if the game is as fun and substantial as I think it is, it might be up there for me. It might be one of my favorite games of his, just off of what I've played so far. But yeah, it looks good. I like it.
Yeah, it's a good game. And again, you can play it on the My Station or My Arcade Game Station Go in 2D land. Speaking of games that I screw up the names, where is it at, babies? Do, 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 do. Huh.
It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas.
What is this?
Uncrackable. Wait, is that somebody?
I watch a lot of chiropractor videos.
I watched a few. Have you seen the AI chiropractor videos?
No, I hate AI. That's what
No, but okay. So I watched one because I thought it was just a chiropractor video, and it turned out to be AI. And they crack their neck like you would expect, and then they like throw them out a window or something.
Oh.
It's the it's craziest thing.
I may not have get. Oh, here we go. Slide Boy.
Yes, Goran, there's a stream.
Slide Boy in. What is this one called? I said 2D Land.
Slide Boy in Maze Land.
Maze
so this
Land.
is your number 3?
3. And so this game is simple. It's not very difficult, but it is different than his others because his others are either kind of like platform or free roaming adventure game. This is where you can only basically slide, and oh man, what a good looking guy that is. You can slide to the walls, basically like one of those old marble games, you know, the marble in the wooden box, and you kind of tilt them around to kind of keep the marble from falling into the holes. If you're old like me, these are the things before video games people used to play with. I did this review before I realized I just need to show the gameplay instead of my face talking about it.
Yeah,
but
I mean, a lot of people do that though.
I'm just waving this box around now in 2025, just desperately waiting for me to shut up so the people can watch more. But I like the bosses on this game. This game kind of reminds me of Quomp 2.
Okay.
In a way where you've got like interesting bosses, but you've got this limited movement because you've got to slide in certain ways and stuff. So there's certain things to beat. I think the final boss of this game was very clever, not difficult to beat, but again, this is one of those time games. God, man, Vinny, shut the hell up, bro.
Man, you had a lot to say about this
talking. Here we go. Let's go back to this then. Jesus. Funkmaster V won't shut up.
I have a review out too. I think I don't usually show my face, so hey dummy, it's called Night Guy in Low Res World.
I screw up his name. I screw up that one again too.
It's probably a long name. That was a great part of that game, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I agree though. Slide Boy is a great game in that he added it's a short game if you know what you're doing, but he added replayability in a lot of smart ways, and that's kind of what he ends up missing in some of his other titles, and that's what I love so much about this one. So you have, instead of you have the mission mode, obviously, and then you have the timed mode where you try to get as far as you can. You only have 100 seconds. You don't get any more time.
Did you ever figure out that? I forgot about that. Did you ever figure out what that was about?
Yeah, it's strictly to see how far you can get. That's all it was put in there for.
So there's no secrets to beat the game.
No,
it's just
okay. You I don't think there is anyway, unless somebody finds like a glitch or something. But
interesting.
But it is a smart way because then you basically have a time mode to see how far you can make it. How what do you want to say, adept you are at playing it. So,
we're streaming, baby.
Oh yeah, we're
all right. We're almost done too, because I'm at the second best game he's ever done.
See you later, Jolt. Number two. And
I'm going to have to go to the private chat, right? No.
Number two.
Here we go. So this is on our top 100 Atari games of all time video. So it may not take, we may have to keep redoing it or whatever, but this is the famous Night Guy in Another Castle. This is kind of the benchmark for all his games.
Yep.
Okay, so you may be sitting there going, why is this better? I think the graphics are great. I think the bosses are perfectly spread out. I think the pacing of this game is terrific. You get to pick. There's a little bit of story element. He's not a big story guy, but you get to pick to save either a cat or a dog. So those 0-page homebrew people would get the cats, and me and you would get the dogs.
The dog. Yep.
And
America.
And so America. But again, like you just said, the underwater scene here, unreal, looks great. I love the bosses. Speaking of which, boy, that was good timing. This is the final boss. And not only do you fight these guys, this is just really cool, interesting ideas. Look at that guy. And simple gameplay. There's no buttons really at all except for the jump button. You fight with he's always swinging that sword when he walks.
Yep.
And we'll have to go back here, but it's a great game, and I love it. And there are secrets. There's 4 secrets in clever places. Yep. Clever freaking. Again, he's dealing with the limitations of the system beautifully. This is where he peaked, in my opinion. And then after you beat the final dragon, you got to figure out how to get back. A lot of backtracking may irritate people, but you just got to love this. Oozing with charm, oozing with likability, and it's just fun as hell, man.
The backtracking was done pretty smart, too. The other smart thing is when you lose your lives, you lose time. So if you lose a lot of lives, it really becomes a race against time, which I really appreciate. S. Ramirez, that's awesome. It's his favorite, but he's biased. He was a tester along with Crossbow Trevor, and the dog is based on his Schnauzer, which is awesome. I love that.
Oh, cute.
Yep.
I love Shih Tzus, but if I didn't have Shih Tzus, I'd probably get those mini Schnauzers too.
I think I've kind of deciphered what your number 1 is, and if so, I think I agree with your placement of those two. Night Guy and Low Res World Castle Days. I recommend that game. The more I look back on it, the more solid I realize it is, I think.
It's an incredible game.
Yep.
Yes, we're going to get I'm involved in 4 movies right now, and
4.
Yes, I am going to do the top 20, and it's really bothering me that I haven't finished the top 100 thing yet. But yes, got to do it before they release better games.
There you go. So,
all right.
Number one. This is the greatest game ever by anyone ever for any console. No,
by any human.
This is VHZC's best game according to Vinny Vineyard.
Vinny the Vines. And let me get down to it. And again, people are going to cry foul probably, but I don't care. Why did it not let me show that's
He's
weird.
Made a lot of games. Cafe Man said he forgot how many games VHZC made. When you count 2600 and 7800, it's quite impressive how many games he's put out.
It's not letting me share the screen. What the world?
So go
to present or invite, right?
Present, yep. And then was it a video file or share screen? Then you pick.
It's not on there. Weirdly enough, maybe I need
to have it open. Do you have the tab open? Because it has to be open.
Let me remove some of this stuff. Maybe we've reached.
Yeah, you can only share up to
so much.
X amount.
You can share so much.
Yeah, he's released a ton of stuff and a lot of high quality, especially graphically.
Oh, here we go.
He's been very busy, and he started only since 2018, 2017, I think.
Yeah, he's going on a blistering pace. So my favorite game he's ever done, and I'm going to get hyperbolic here. We did a video a little while ago about a game that could beat Ricky and Vicky as the best game. I don't know if this one could, but this is such an ingenious idea, Phil. And again, we're looking at an older version of this too.
Yeah, there's a newer version.
But this is Night Guy on a board, 30 Squares of Fate or 30 Squares of Doom. He's changed the name of it. He lost this file in a fire down there in Chile. And he had to rebuild this game, and I think he just got pooped, and he's not going to finish it. And this is my appeal to him to finish this thing. So basically what this is, if you've ever played a board game with your kids or whatever, or when you were a kid, this is like a big Monopoly board, and you just start off rolling the dice, and you're just trying to go around until you basically land on a room so you can go in and fight the final boss. Now, there's a few things. You got to collect enough coins to buy the key, and that takes a long time. And you get coins by chance. There's there's boards that are like little chance things, like, oh, you got robbed, or you fell down and broke your leg, you lose 6 gold or whatever. Or you could find a bag of money, or get a sugar mama or whatever. There's all sorts of things that can help you. Sometimes you land on stuff that warps you to other parts. But the main part of the game, it's fun, and there's also fighting. You fight awfully nasty pieces of broccoli and stuff like that, and rats and slimes, and the normal medieval fare of the knights when they fought all the crazy shit. I don't know what part of history that was, but that was a crazy time to live when you were fighting slimes. And
this is actually an earlier version, because every square was filled in the one.
Yeah. This is an early version, and so I've got a couple versions on cart, and I love them. And there's one that you can basically beat, so that's why I've included it into the list. But this is like a Guitar Hero type mini game, and so when you succeed on these games, you get gold, and the gold is you can also buy other things like health potions, because you may lose your health fighting the monsters. You can buy better swords, better shields, but mainly the key. And then when you get the key, go fight the bad guy and beat the hell out of that dude, which is awesome. Another great boss battle by Vlad. This is by far one of the best 7800 games ever made, and it's not even 100% finished. And this game is just incredibly fun, and it's good because none of us have really friends to play multiplayer old games like this with, and so you can play a board game by yourself and not feel like a loser, because if you're playing Candyland by yourself, you need to go get a girlfriend. But what do you think about this one?
Yeah, like Cafe Man said, this one's probably bigger than 32K, so it's kind of what we were asking for earlier. No, I love this game. I always said every console, I think, to feel complete to me, needs a couple things. One's a board game, one's a casino game with multiple different things, and a couple other things. So I was thrilled that the 7800 was finally going to get a board game, especially one of this quality. I love the various stages, the destroy the bombs, the pony ride, or the riding the horse, I guess. It's not a pony.
This is much like Canon D for defense.
Very simplified version, yeah.
Yeah.
The music scene, all the mini games. It's a party game, essentially a board game cross party game. And I really enjoy it. All the personality, you land on some squares and they just give you information. Everything is fantastic about this. And I would hope that there's also like a 2-player mode too. It'd be great to play somebody and race to beat the final boss. It would be absolutely awesome. That's
a Cosmic Arc video game mini game. Yeah, that's very difficult. But I think he didn't include that on the new version. There's somebody this one
was worse. This is the worst one, if you ask me. I hate slide puzzles.
This is awful. You only have 40
moves, and I can only get maybe 2/3 of it done. If that.
This was a rough one.
It took me years to beat Mr. Big because of that stupid puzzle.
Dude, the jumps were what got me.
Yeah, we're talking about
this guy's not going to be able to do it.
No, he's wasted.
Oh,
he's wasted too many moves.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much the list. Let's send this to Vlad and say, hey, Merry Christmas. Finish this game.
Yeah. I love Vlad's stuff. He has so much personality, especially in playing some of his earlier 2600 stuff and seeing how it's grown over the years. He's kind of developed this art style over time, over the last, let's say, 7 years or so, maybe 6, 7, 8 years. And it's really turned into something quite unique. There's nothing else like it. If you see a Vlad game, a VHZC game, you can recognize it almost immediately just through the graphic style. And they always, even the worst ones, the one at the bottom of the list was we had the other Night Guy game and the Game of the Bear at the bottom of your list. Even those are fantastic in not only the art style, minus the Night Guy sprite, how he changed it, but also a lot of the ideas in those games. There's still always something to love in the game. So I love Vlad's stuff. I hope he keeps doing this for a long time, and I hope we get 30 Squares of Fate or 30 Squares of Doom. Because God, that game's going to be incredible if we ever do.
That aligns nicely with like Baby Pac-Man, like that hybrid pinball. It's just a weird, funky game. And again, the 7800, when it shines, it embraces classic arcade games it can handle. And it shines when it embraces the very weird. And that would go right nicely with Ninja Golf. That would go with Fatal Run. That would go with Baby Pac-Man. That would go with a lot of these other games, Midnight Mutants, that are these quirky 7800 titles that are a little left of center. And I think that's where the 7800 shines the most. This would go right up there with it.
Absolutely. So great list, Benny. Really enjoyed it. A lot of people saying they agree with your top three. The other thing I agree with as we wrap up here before we get into the comments is Opcode Games giving an exclusive 10% off with coupon code Atari Network 10. If you head over there, he put it in the chat a little bit ago. But if you head over to Opcode and you want to pick up Popeye or something, maybe you got a little Christmas money. Everybody's throwing around some money, but you're just 10% short. Well, guess what? We got your back. Atari Network 10. Head over to Opcode Games. Google them. They have a great, fantastic looking website now. And a lot of really good 7800 games. And I've heard the ColecoVision stuff's really good. I don't play Coleco, but a lot of good stuff there. So make sure you guys check them out. Thank you so much for giving the 10% code to all of the viewers. Greatly appreciate it. And we appreciate the support and the possibility of sponsoring the Fuji Awards this year.
Hey, I want to say thank you to Opcode. If you go over to his website and put in the code Funk Power, you get 66% off. And I'm really touched by what?
Nope. That was, you get 66% added.
What? Is that why the games were $1,300?
You could get a Funk Power 10. Maybe that could be the next one.
I don't want a 10.
I want
11.
You want 11. You want one better.
one more than you.
It should be Funk Power 9 just for that.
But the never used code. I like using mine, and it makes it 66 more expensive.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty good. Well, man, probably won't talk to you till Christmas. So Merry Christmas. You got any more videos coming out? Because I saw one today. It was about Atari paddles and stuff.
Yep. Put out the paddle video. A lot of people seem to like that. It was something different. I think.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
It probably won't come out for a while, but I'm looking at 4 of the lesser known paddle games. I'm hoping Christmas, by 500%. I'm hoping by Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, I'll put out a video on my experience updating the VCS, getting a brand new VCS. It's a big secret how that turned out, so you'll have to wait and see.
Sorry about that.
But no, it's fine. But I'm very glad to be back on the VCS. Vinny, what I wanted to do, I was going to talk to you about it, but mine broke and there was no time. I wanted to do like a New Year's Day food fight thing for all of our fans to have them come and play with us. But I didn't know if you'd be around I didn't know if I'd have it up and running by then. So
what do you think?
I think it'd be fun. I mean, if everybody's down, if there's a lot of people, not a lot, we need 6 people. Was that 8 player?
Yeah, and I can send out the trophies from 2024.
Just scratch out the old names and put.
Now I need Obsidian Contraption won a trophy. You won a trophy for last place.
You will never see those trophies. You'll see those
trophies. No, they're right here.
Day.
I just got it. I'm so
sorry,
busy. Obsidian. There's a guy named Yorkie's TV.
Yorkie's TV actually has his own YouTube channel. And he plays this dweeby character on there. Have you seen that? I never knew that. I didn't know he was on YouTube. Check out Yorkie's TV.
Does he act like a moron character? Like,
you know what? he might not be playing a character. All right, edit this out.
Well, he did well. I think he won, which I'm still pissed off because I won like every round, and then I got sixth place in one of the games, and I ended up points-wise second place. Oh, yeah, and I still can't remember. I was like, I won like 4 events, got last in one, and still ended up in second. And I was like, how does that work? We screwed up the points. I should be the champion. So yeah, we should do.
We don't need trope. We should just play for fun on New Year's Day.
No, we should play for money. We need some wagering is what makes the new year feel good. You're from Toledo, man. You're probably 30 miles away from a casino. You know what it's like.
No, we got a casino right in Toledo here.
I knew it. I knew it.
It's on exit 200. It's not that far from where I'm at.
Yeah, I knew it. That's why I love Toledo, man. Toledo, you just know. There's certain things you know.
Gun but store, like, liquor store.
We should do it. Now the cool right. What's the fucking Boost Mobile?
Yeah, there's all kind of cricket stores.
Yeah. Burner Phone Central. So
that's all we have.
I love Toledo. I had a great time. We went up and did I saw the Toledo football team. We stayed at the
Rockets,
the Jamie Farr Marriott, and I stole.
We love Jamie Farr.
Stole
I had a bobblehead.
My room number. You got to Jamie Farr. What a weird guy to like. But anyway,
he's from Toledo.
I know, and he also talked about it. I'm sure you guys have other celebrities from Toledo, and they don't really talk about it. Nothing.
No, we do. The woman that married Tom Cruise is from. She's from Toledo. She's in the inn, like she's still there. She grew up in the suburb, Sylvania suburb.
The fact that you call her the woman that married Tom Cruise just probably proved your point that you have no other celebrity.
Right. She was in the Batman movie, I think.
Okay.
You know that one Batman movie they did.
The Zoe Kravitz?
No.
Okay. But anyway, I was like, Lenny Kravitz didn't live there. But anyway, so yeah, we'll do this food fight thing, and I think they've actually improved the interface to where you can have your name. You know how we were sitting there going, "Who's player 4? Who's player 3?"
Yeah, that was awful.
It was awful. Now you spend some time, you put your name so we can see. Okay, here's everybody's gonna come after me because I'm a loudmouth, but don't let John sleep on you. But yeah, we'll figure that out. You come up with a time. I've got nothing going on New Year's. So if you would do New Year's Day, right?
Yeah, New Year's Day. Okay, what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's good.
It's I had a name for it. I have to workshop it.
Come up with something cute.
Yep, it's New Year's Day food fight.
Beautiful. And again, if you've watched to the end, Zero Page Homebrew, you heard it here first. They'll be back. You can sue me if I'm not right. They're burnout. They have given so much.
They're already back.
They're already back. He just had a moment. We all have the male PMS.
Katie Holmes.
She was cutie.
I'm pretty sure
she's old news.
Dawson
Creek.
Yeah.
Well, she's in Scientology now. I wonder why they haven't put her in anything new.
Yeah, anyway. There was like a singer too, but Jamie Farr is the only one that matters.
Well, he's iconic.
Yeah.
So, Zero Page Homebrew, man, they're going to be back. So, yeah, dude. Well, and again, watch Mike's Gaming Gala tomorrow for the interview. Is it going to be on Zero Page Homebrew?
No, it's on Mike Gaming Gala's
gotta watch it
website and our YouTube channel. And he actually did a watch through of one of my videos the other day. He did a react video to my television sprint video. I haven't watched it, but he did also a react video to the problem with the Atari Age video, and he did a very good job there. So check that one out.
Does he make fun of you the whole time? Is it like Science Theater? Is he sitting there with your nose? Like,
he just
look at this
ruthless. He says, "Oh, you don't like it, do you? Shut up. It's too hard. I hate the controller."
Yeah,
he was a jerk. Don't watch it.
Mike loves in television.
Great. Yeah, no, that's why I watched, because people were like, "Well, Atari Network bashed this thing. I didn't even think I bashed it in my video, but people are like,
You're such a nice guy.
they hate it. They hate
When
it
you
when I
say
hate.
anything like I don't know, it hurts. It's like a little
Yeah.
it's like a little knife wound. I can say this is a piece of shit. I hate the developer. I'm going to wipe my
Yeah.
butt with it. And people are like, he was honest. Funkmaster's honest. And then like with you, you're just like, I think the graphics could be better. People are like, do you know how hard it is to program? And I've never understood that. I get a pass. It's just because I'm a bad guy progressive, man.
Yeah, different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Merry Christmas. I hope your family gets everything they freaking want. I'm glad you're getting paid finally from the job at the poop factory in Toledo. I hope they give you a bonus, all the poop you can eat. And then, And also, if you're interested, Big and Funky Productions YouTube page. I do a lot of stuff about Atari 7800 and the VCS. And also check out Big and Funky Productions. There's going to be 4 movies released in 2026 that I've either starred in or wrote or directed or helped produce. And I can't wait. And we're going to be working overtime on trying to get Showdown in Secret City, which is about AI. And got to get that out quick because AI keeps changing, but it's about the evils of AI. And so this is another thing too. I've gotten a lot of flack. People like quit using AI thumbnails. I'm just doing that to promote the movie. And when the movie's out, I'm not doing AI anymore. Don't get tempted with that shit either. I know you always like. I know it's because the last one I did of the holiday guide, it made us look like a great, happy gay couple.
Yeah, I thought that looked pretty good actually. It looked very Christmassy.
AI is evil, man.
But I've used it a couple times, so. I've used elements from AI. Like I couldn't find my Dead Mouse thumbnail. I couldn't find a Dead Mouse face that was like sad because he's always electronic. So I had it generate that, and of course, instantly you get people saying, "Why did you use AI Slock or whatever they call it?" So
it's my daughter came in and she's like, this crap is terrible for the environment. She's not even a tree hugger. She's like. Yeah, they tried to put an AI farm in Memphis, and they were like
AI farms.
Yeah, there's so many people using it. I'm not even joking. That to cool it. If you've ever used AI and it starts acting weird, it's because the servers are basically going haywire. They can melt down. People are using it's taking so much.
Really
energy and stuff it's terrible for the environment because it takes tons of water to cool
I will never use it. I did not know that.
Yeah, I've cut it out. I'm making a movie about how it's awful. There are cities that have smog and it's the servers doing AI at the AI farms and they're just trying to fucking cool it. And there's another AI to help you draft a legal document or help you with whatever. That's okay-ish. AI in the medical industry, they're coming up with things to do in the brain and stuff. Great. But I'm talking about AI art. We don't need AI art. That's for humans only. And they're going to start making movies. I have people in my movie about how I hate AI art. And they're like, look what I made. And they act like they wrote this song, and all they did was like make a funk song about, Vinny's butt or something. And it's like, isn't that great? I'm like, you didn't make it, pal. That was you just put in a prompt. You're not an artist, you're not a musician. So anyway, I don't want to. This is Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, let's
Merry Christmas.
Let's end it on a high note.
Thanks for watching.
You've got chores to do, I heard.
Happy Hanukkah, crazy Kwanzaa.
Crazy Kwanzaa.
all that stuff. You and yours. I hope you guys get all the stuff that. I hope you get to spend time with the people you love, not with AI. And I hope that you get something you really want from Santa Claus. I'm gonna catch Santa Claus this year. I always wait up for him. I
heard the one that goes to Toledo is a fake. It's just like Baltimore.
I'm gonna find out because
he's not magic. He's just got a people that the real one. He's so old now. He just goes to like bougie places. Toledo.
I'm gonna get him.
Yeah, well, you get the fake one. Beat the hell out of him.
With Toledo, we shoot at him when he flies over.
sounds like Philadelphia. All right, man.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Take care. Crazy Kwanzaa. Crazy Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa.
Crazy Kwanzaa in a 2D world.